You have a fan base.
Let's go!
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So this is also my first time ever doing stand-up.
Yeah!
Ernest, you're up next. Ernest, go ahead, buddy.
Well, before I start, there's no kids here, right? Because I want to try to keep this clean if there are kids. And the last thing I want is to get kicked out my first time. So.
Nope.
Okay.
I think you're clear.
So I know there was a lot of performers that were trying to come up, so I'm going to try to keep this short and funny and simple, kind of like my, I don't know, my family's here, so. Anyway. All right, San Pedro, let's do this. So I've been living in San Pedro for about 5 years now, and I love it here. There's a bunch of great food, my favorite taco trucks in San Pedro, my favorite pizza places in San Pedro. You guys got great food, there's great scenery everywhere. It's almost like I'm in Italy, but with Mexicans. Thank you. I think she's had enough to drink. Anyway, so I moved to California when I was around like 7 or 8. So when I first moved here, watching TV, SpongeBob was huge. So, and then what else? I'm super anxious, so I'm just trying to. Okay. So. I moved here when I was around like 7 or 8, and I was watching SpongeBob all the time, and I just got done watching this episode where SpongeBob has bad breath, and if you guys remember, he thinks everyone's avoiding him because he thinks he's ugly, so he's going around town saying, "I'm ugly and I'm proud," right? So, well, that wasn't even the joke, so. So mind you, I was 7 or 8, I was watching. Family Guy was also on the TV. My mom just saw a talking dog and a talking baby, thought it was a kid's show, just let me watch it. And I was watching the show, and I heard the term gook. And now just bear with me 1 second. In Korean, the word Korea is hanguk, so the word gook is in it. So naturally, my young self made the connection, and I was like, okay, I'm a gook. So I was going around thinking, I'm a gook and I'm proud. So, imagine this 7-year-old kid, I was in 3rd grade, and I don't know if my dad was messing with me or what, but he was like, everyone in America has blonde hair, so we're going to dye your hair blonde. 2 kids in my class with blonde hair, including me. So, thanks, Dad. But yeah. Anyway, fast forward to about maybe 2 years ago, I suffered a stroke, which is why you saw me waddling up here earlier. And it's been kind of tough. It's like it left the left side of my body pretty much just there. And yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with. So after losing mobility in that side, couldn't really work. I love cars, so that was out the window along with my ex-fiance. But yeah, it gets depressing, and it's lonely and depressing. So I figured I'd get myself a pet. So I got a little cat, and it's the best thing ever. Like she's my life right now. But I think as a pet owner, it inevitably goes through your mind, like, what's gonna happen to me when something happens to my pet, or what's gonna happen to my pet if something happens to me? But I don't really have to think about it that hard, because at the end of the day, it's just a matter of who's gonna end up eating who first. But yeah, like I said, this is my first time here. Well, first time doing stand-up in general, but I'm super excited to come here. I've been wanting to do this for a few months now, but a couple of weeks ago. So what finally made me do it was a few a couple of weeks ago, I was just drinking alone, and I got bored, and I was thinking about this, so I was like, so I ended up creating a group chat and inviting all my friends, and I was like, okay, there's no backing out now. So I just kind of forced myself to do it, and I was really worried at first because all I saw was a music hall, and I was really focused on that. I wasn't sure if there was any comedians that were going to come up here, and yes, this is my first time, but I do consider myself a comedian, so deal with that. But yeah, so I saw the music hall part, and I was really nervous because on their Instagram page also, all I see are performers for music. And I was like, am I going to have to sing all my jokes? Because that's the last thing. Yeah. I said I was going to look at my notes, and I just forgot to do that. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is actually my last bit. So anybody else notice, like, and it's kind of weird too, it's really weird how, like, in the past maybe like 5-10 years, the amount of, like, the type of porn that's been coming out online has been really weird. Like, you see a lot of, like, you see a lot of, like, sibling porn, and you're like, what the hell? No, it's just me, that's weird? Okay, I guess it's just me then. And you guys are laughing, but no one's agreeing. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I have a conspiracy about that. I mean, I'm not working, I'm home all the time, so what do you expect? So the conspiracy is basically, it's all China, it's always China. So, I can say that. So, okay, so just bear with me where I'm going with this. It's gonna make sense, just listen. So China, they're, because like people already make jokes about like Southerners and rednecks, about like how like Alabama cousins are like married and all that stuff. So I think what China did is they're pushing all that type of like sibling incest porn just so like people in America will start inbreeding more. That way, by the time World War III comes, all they have to go against are deformed little, those things that look like the monsters from the Goonies. But the thing about conspiracies is that, just bear with me, I'm doing this on the spot. I didn't really write this show. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. But, so the thing about conspiracies, well, I think, is that you can't really let other people know, or else it's not really a conspiracy anymore. So that's why I think it's going to backfire on them. Because imagine you don't tell your people about your plan, and then you go into war, and next thing you know, there's a whole platoon of the things that look like the monster from the Goonies coming at you, like, hey, you guys! So yeah, that's the most I can do right now. Anyway, just gotta chill for a second. Alright, that's it for myself now. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Stevie K. Woo! Round of applause for that guy.
Yeah,